Good morning and welcome back to our Leadership Empowerment session. And I'm excited about today here at the cool autumn morning in Pretoria. And greetings to you all. I want to share this morning in a two-part series on the different styles of leadership. And we need to understand that leadership is so important that we must understand the different types of leaders we get, to understand how they function, how to deal with them, and what their characteristics are. And at the end, in session number 2, in our next time, I will share basically with you on how to identify your own style of leadership. Leadership, one of the most important aspects of leadership is to create an atmosphere of influence, an atmosphere of effectiveness, and to give that influence gathering momentum for your organization, for your church, for your ministry, for your business, or even for your family. So different leaders lead in different ways. And some are good styles to start something, others to maintain it, others to change direction. But through this whole process, in these 2 sessions, we will look at it and discuss that in more detail. So understanding leadership styles help people to work wisely in collaboration with their leaders. And it also helps the leaders evaluate themselves. So remember, no leader is perfect. And no leader have got just one style. There's normally a combination of different styles that you can utilize. One is your format style, your basic, your DNA style, and then you can adopt different styles through education, through exposure, through cognitive decisions you make to apply different styles that is required for that specific moment. So it means in one setup, you can be a specific style of leader, and with somebody else or another environment, you can be another type of leader. So wise leadership learns to create a balance in your leadership style. It creates humility and it helps you to understand your staff better. So the first one I want to look today at is the authoritative leadership. In other words, the commander. If you want to give it another name, is the commander. An authoritative leader is a very strong, decisive, and directive leader. They, as the word says, command. They command a certain action. They command a certain obedience, because it's necessary in this type of leadership is to head up a organization, a department, or a ministry. This leader usually, I don't want to say usually, it's actually always know where they want to go. Not necessarily on how to get there, but where they want to go, and expect others to follow them clearly, quickly, and in obedience. So what are these characteristics for an authoritative leader? Strong decision makers. They're not scared to make a decision. They have a clear vision, clear direction. They maintain a very high standard for themselves, and they expect a high standard for those that they are leading. They are disciplined and very structured. A, B, C, D, all the little blocks. That is the authoritative leadership. And they expect results. They don't want to be busy or just busy. They want the bottom line, the end results. And they are very bold, upfront, in your face. And they can function well during a crisis. So we need these type of leaders. This sounds very sounds very much like a dictator, but it's not a dictator. It is somebody that needs to bring direction and give direction, and they run with this. So what are their strengths? When you look at the authoritative leader, they provide stability. In a time of chaos, in a time of crisis, you need this type of leader to stabilize the ship, to calm the staff. They bring order and structure to an organization. They are effective in emergencies. And you've seen this in the midst of COVID and immediately after COVID. In the midst of COVID, they could direct the ship, stabilize the ship in this chaotic time. And post-COVID, you need those type of leaders again. We've needed them to bring stability in the transition period from COVID to post-COVID. So they help the organization to move quickly. Because, as you'll see a little bit later, you get your democratic leaders and you get your cooperative leaders, which their decision-making process is a little bit slower. Their actions, and they're not so decisive. But on this type of leaders, they are very decisive. They are very, very decisive. And they are eliminating all confusion. You know exactly where you stand with this leader. You know exactly what is expected of you as a staff member. And you can function within these parameters. Yes, they can be abrasive. They might become very controlling. They will easily ignore other people's input. And ultimately, they can intimidate others because of who they are. But that is not their point of view. It's not their desire to be intimidating, to be controlling. It's just who they are. That's the DNA. That's their makeup. And one major weakness in this type of leader, they can easily swing over to become a dictator. And that's the scary part. So understand the role and the functionality. These type of leaders struggle to maintain a vision because they are constantly running, constantly moving, and they lack the compassion for people because they are task orientated, goal orientated, and this is what they do, and they function within those parameters. But how do you deal with them? Respect them. Respect the structures, respect the order. And when you communicate clearly and directly. Don't start in Cape Town and travel all the way through the Karoo, through the Free State to get to Gauteng. Be to the point, be direct, upfront, and make sure what you're talking about. Don't flaffle when you meet them. Be assertive yourself. Not abrasive, not aggressive, but assertive, direct, and to the point, and avoid conflict at all costs. They function very effectively. If you want to be successful working under such a leader, bring solutions to the table. Don't point out problems because they have identified them already. Bring a solution to the table and learn discipline. Become a disciplined person. The difficult part is to bring correction to the table. They seldom are open for correction. But if you have to bring correction to the table, do it respectfully and very wisely. So the authoritative leadership without love becomes control. Strength leadership must remain teachable, compassionate, and humble. And if you are such a leader, a strong-willed leader, bring compassion into your life. Teach yourself, because that will not be part of your makeup. So teach yourself to be compassionate, to listen, and to try to understand other people. Don't jump to conclusions before you have heard the whole story. That's the number one, or not the number one, that is the first I want to mention. It's not necessarily in the order of importance. The second type of leadership that you get is the democratic leader, the team builder. A democratic leader values participation and teamwork. Now you can understand on the previous one, on the authoritative leadership. They are not team players. They are the people running in front, alone. They might have one or two people, but they are not team players. But on the democratic leadership, they listen to people. I hear. I understand. How can we do this? This is the type of language that the democratic leader is using. They make decisions after discussions and consultations. If you're heading up a new department, this is not the right leader. You need the authoritative leader. When you are running with the department, you bring in the democratic leader in, where you get people involved, establish a team. So what are the characteristics? They encourage participation. They are good listeners. And they value teamwork. The us, the we. And they are open for ideas. And they will seek feedback. They will build relationships. They will create unity. And they will develop people. So it's a longer, slower process than what the authoritative leader will utilize. So their strengths, they value people. And they understand that people is a company's most valuable asset. They like creativity because it's teamwork. Different people bring different skill sets, viewpoints to the table, and they will listen to them all, and they will work through all these inputs and establish a platform. They will establish a work environment where this can happen. So they create healthy team cultures. Their weakness? Yes, they do have weaknesses. The decision-making process is definitely slower than the previous one because they get involvement, participation. They ask feedback. Sometimes too many opinions creates confusion. I've always said to people on direct marketing, don't give people too much information. If they have too much information, that creates new questions. And it sets the platform. Say, whoa, I disagree, or I don't understand. Give them what they need to become effective. A democratic leader might struggle during the time of a crisis. And they tend to become people pleasers. How will they feel? What will they do? And sometimes that can be a negative factor in growth and progression and increase of productivity. So how do I deal with a democratic leader? Participate with them respectfully. Support the unity. Support the team. Don't become an individualistic lone ranger in a team setup. And very important, be patient. Be patient with him. Sorry for that. You might get frustrated of the slow progress, but as you are continuing in your journey, sorry for this, my phone keeps on ringing and I don't know why, but please, we are busy with authoritative leader, democratic leader, and now I'm closing in the democratic leader. Help them to get focused. And this is how you deal with them. When they are being distracted, get them back on par. Get them back to the place of understanding, purpose, time frames. And the last one I want to mention this morning is the servant leader, the shepherd, the one who will change the nappies. But they are important. I'm not downgrading any one of them. Each of these leadership styles has a role to play within the organization. For you as a leader, you must, as an executive leader, you must identify which type of leader is needed for that moment. And if you are appointed as a leader for that moment, don't feel bad or feel you have not made it if you have been redirected to another field that might need your style more. A servant leader focuses on serving and helping others to succeed. This leader leads through humility, setting an example, caring, and making sacrifices. They sound so nice. But if you use this person to set up a department, it will never come off the ground. Because they don't have that fire, that drive to make something happen. But you need them to maintain, to make sure that the staff, their production is there. They are taken care of. Their needs are heard and being met. So what are these characteristics? They're humble and very, very approachable. Those are the leaders that will take the glasses off when you walk into the room. Let you sit down, make you comfortable. And as they do this, they will listen. They will put their pen down, sit back and say, talk to me. And you will feel comfortable enough to approach that leader. They deeply care. And they truly care. They lead by examples. They will say, I don't expect anything from anybody if I cannot do it myself. They value relationships. They try to avoid conflict. And they are compassionate and very, very patient. And they focus on growth of others, not growth of the organization by itself and for itself. Where the first one, the authoritative leader, focus on the growth of the organization. This type of leader focus on the growth of people. So their strength is trust. They can build trust. People trust them. They will bend backwards for them. They create healthy relationships. They are very, very loyal. And they develop a strong emotional bond between people. They forge long-term influences and relationships. Now, what is their weakness? It sounds that everything is so good. What is their weakness? They can become overextended because they will take on new jobs, new stuff. They will take on whatever. Who else cannot do it? They will do it. They will burn out. With their nice heart, they cannot say no. They will avoid confrontation. Sometimes they will be taken advantage of. And they risk, as I've said, burnout. And they can often struggle with firm discipline. When somebody in their department is not pulling the weight, they will rather avoid it and hope it will fix itself, instead of confronting what is wrong and fix it. Now, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with this type of leader? Appreciate them. Appreciate their sacrifices. Do not manipulate their kindness. Please don't abuse it. The fact that he's approachable, he is trusted, don't abuse it for your own benefit. Support them rather. Help them that they will not become abused. Be honest and loyal. That's the language they speak. Accept your responsibilities and do your part. And encourage others to do the same. So where they cannot enforce discipline. Now I'm going to use a term, but please don't read something more sinister into it. Become the enforcer in that department. Become the right hand to make sure that everything runs smoothly. By allowing people to lead, they are not the carpets that you can run over. Servant leaders still requires wisdom, correction, and strength. Next time I will talk about the other 3 styles that you do get, and I've just mentioned 6. Then there's a whole range of styles more, but I've picked these 6, and I want to say thank you this morning for joining me, taking the time out to watch this live streaming. And remember, as I'm always saying, you are more than welcome to use this material in your organization, in your department, at your church for training. And if you want me to come and assist you in doing this, contact me. I've traveled to more than, I think about 30 countries currently from 2005, doing leadership training, leadership empowerment in the secular world, in the government, in the church, and one-on-one. I'm a leadership coach as well. I'm a life coach. So please contact me if you need help, and I'll see how I can help you. And this video will be posted on my YouTube channel. Please go and visit my YouTube channel. Subscribe and like it. Follow us. Thank you for tuning in this morning. God bless you. As I said, I'm struggling this morning to get everything done.